Fri.PM is brought to you by Nikki Hit Beauty Studio, Mountain Anten Koto, Buna Musa di Douala, and Prime 22 Bar and Restaurant, Bukwango, Buea.
Welcome back to Fri.PM, guys. My name is Joan. I got Elonge and Yana in the house. We've got lots of things to talk about. So many things trending on social media, and we're just here to make you and us understand it better. And it's not a bad idea. But I want to say that thank you so much to everybody who's been participating, sharing, commenting, liking the show, and reading some of your comments throughout the show. So let's start. We have University of Buea. Now, it used to be the place to be. It looks like now it's like the den we all want to run out of. So, is it lacking social culture? Are the students suffering from the hand of, I don't even know what, like they feel like boarding school students? All right, guys, welcome. Wow, you guys look nice.
Of course.
I mean,
oh my God. What? Yana?
Yes.
Is this you?
Come on, you're looking at him in the flesh.
God. Oh my God.
In the flesh.
Very freshly fresh.
Come on.
Man, who are you wearing?
Proceed. My girl smooth.
I love it.
My girl smooth. It doesn't get better.
I love it. Yana, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Who are you wearing?
All right, guys, so we are recording live on Buea. Buea is an amazing restaurant here, and you can eat the best food, drink the best cocktails, and have best customer service. Trust me, when you visit here, you're home. But let's get back to business. University of Buea, one of the Anglo-Saxon universities in Cameroon, is actually suffering from anti-social culture. Elonge. All of us went through that school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are still in the school.
Not still in the school.
I went through that school. Elonge is still probably in the school.
Yeah.
How is the situation right now? Why are people complaining about students not having the kind of treatment that they ought to have besides academic?
As if we have good academic treatment. I mean, you across the board, you'll be a mess. The truth is that if you had been in a university, maybe in the early 2000s, as we were, and early and mid 2000s, that there was a school culture. You have the academic culture was blended with a social culture. Mm-hmm. So students had extracurricular activities. But when they talk about school culture, it's not just about extracurricular activities. Mm-hmm. This is a system of socialization that helps students to be able to identify mutual goals, and these are the things that help you to adjust better within the society. With the strikes that used to take place in the university, most of which were due to administrative intransigence, that the university, political as it is, and high-handed as the administrators could be, decided that, it would be better that student union essentially does not exist, that student social culture should be wiped out. So things which used to be there, like nights and theater performance, all of these things were just completely eradicated. And now it's like you should just go there. And so there is no identifying, no pull in that university, nothing. For a university that has no brand, to also not even have something that would pull people towards it. You talk about academic, it doesn't even have an academic culture, because you're in a university where technology acceptance in the university is so low that some lecturers cannot even check text messages from their phone. It requires a crusade to make them to learn how to understand how to. The only thing that the university perhaps have succeeded in building is essentially the protection of people who are suspected of sexual assault.
And the monument outside the gate. But
that was done by Ecobank.
And the elephant. Yeah.
So Yana, the University of Buea was created back in 1992. It has got various VCs over the years who come in with different admin policies.
Yeah.
But at this point, that when we were in UB, people used to say it's the place to be. Parents want to send their kids there because, first of all, English parents, because as it stands, it's an Anglo-Saxon university, which means pro-English culture.
Yeah.
You understand? But now, what is the problem? Why are students not having the kind of lifestyle in school besides, just studying books, the nights, the social nights, the sporting activities, it's just not there. Even now I hear that going to the library after 6 p.m. is forbidden. So I don't understand what is happening there.
Well, I mean, I understand when the libraries, when going to libraries forbidden after 6 p.m. because of the whole security concerns and the whole COVID and all of that, which is understandable.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's understand. I'm not saying that it's
no,
that's what it should be.
It's not because of COVID.
No, I'm saying with the whole.
And I think the university cannot have
right now. If after 6 p.m., after 6 or 7 p.m., nobody's supposed to be found on campus because of obviously the security concerns in the southwest region, which is understandable. But then back to your question, I think Elonge really broke everything down. But the problem is when an institution will have to call a lecturer to disciplinary council for certain examination questions considered as sensitive, I start questioning what the academic grounds it prides itself on. Because university is a space, it's a foundation for culture, for lifestyle,
to bring out
to evolve students. Because once you leave in secondary school, that's a new path to finding yourself, And when you have an institution where student unions have been dissolved, and then you have where they cannot protect students who are going through sex for grades problems, would you take your problems to? And when you take them up to the administration themselves, these same lecturers go behind, and then they do what they normally do, and then the case just dies down. So you see that there's been a conscious and systematic effort to water down the Anglo-Saxon culture, not just Anglo-Saxon culture, but the impact university can leave on students. Because you're going to school, you're not just questioning whether you're passing through the school, but the school has passed through you. So what products are they sending out? And speaking of social nights, I mean, University of Buea used to have the Dynasty Night, which was part of university students. All those things, but they are not there anymore.
Those are the certain things that actually may build some of us.
Exactly, because you look at the front runners of our culture right now, entertainment culture right now, are most people from University of Buea. So when you kill the foundation of all of those things. What's next for them? How do you evolve all of those things? How do you move forward? And then you also have things like little things which, because university is a community, it's a product of the community and it exists in the community. When you have the University of Buea locking gates where other university workers can drive through dirty south to university, it signals how much university wants to include itself into itself. And you have this should be a stadium as you're entering the University of Buea to your left. They've stopped people from playing there. Those things that make the community feel part of the institution is being killed.
Yeah, but the bigger issue is, everything. There's been a very strategic effort to make sure that students do not have a social culture. It's been because from the start of the fact, and we should look at what it would mean for there to be a culture within any academic environment. If you take, for example, let's take an elite secondary school like SASE. When they say the SASE culture, it's a culture of excellence, it's a culture of togetherness and all of that. Now, when you look at UB, what is it? That's the meaning of culture. What is the defining mark? What are the ideologies? What are the rules and all of that? So a student culture is embedded within the university's own culture, its rules and all of that. And those rules are the things that make the students perceive themselves as part of it. Right now, students are just a transient part of that university. They just pass, so passive participants.
Just walking through the whole thing.
You have your degree through whatever means. Because first, I really take offense to the fact that people say it even has an academic culture. There is no academic culture. The university is not innovative. It is not open. It's not reflective of the times.
Wow.
It is not in any form. And you see, Corona has even helped to expose all the gaps, leakages, weaknesses of that university. The fact that it is ages behind in technology acceptance, ages behind in anything that has to do with online learning.
But what what annoys me is the fact that most of these VCs and lecturers, some of them that have doctorate degrees and perhaps master's degrees, studied abroad, where this culture is being stationed in those other in the foreign universities, whether it's in other African universities, maybe in Nigeria or Zimbabwe or wherever. But when it comes here,
and some of them were student leaders.
And so some of them were student leaders, actually even signed up for social activities in school to be active. And then they kill it here. It's just so, it's so annoying.
It's disheartening. It's disheartening. And so you as a student in that university, beyond just going to class, there is no form of socialization that you can have. And, the Marxists say people create an environment, and environment creating people. It is that type of interaction that is supposed to exist within an academic environment that you see it is seriously wanting in the university. I have my own experience. When I was graduating from the university had the transcript office, as usual, had made an error with my transcript. So I was supposed to be graduating best student with 3 point something GPA, and they had made a mistake and included a course, English of Caribbean Literature 1800. I don't know why I'll be studying Caribbean Literature of 1900. But they included that course and gave me an F.
Wow.
Were it not for UPSU, the University of Buea Student Union, I would probably have lost everything that I got from having, from performing the way I performed, because I had to send a complaint through the right academic channels and everything. Those complaints were obviously sent, but nothing was done. You had to use the student union. Now, without the student union, take for example, you have allegations of sexual abuse against students. And the same people that perhaps you have to report to are the people who are perpetrating the abuse. And the offices of the people who are supposed to probably take action are even friends to the people who are perpetrating abuse. It is with the student union that you can find some form of solace, some form of action, The problem is that because of the liturgy that exists in the way they take action, they don't want a student union because they found it to be too provocative.
Too threatening too.
To the type of order that they've created.
And what you call an Anglo-Saxon university with which has to propel the English culture within the campus. And then half of the students now are like French-speaking students, including the lecturers. That also is also disturbing, because I know back in Yaoundé or Douala, to get into those universities, you write exams, whether you're pro-English, like typical Anglophone student, you don't write those exams in English. They set it in French. To even get into those universities is difficult to get in, because everybody else, lecturers have gotten their cousins, aunties, and what to get there without writing perhaps exams.
They are particular
for French
of the school itself.
Well, partly, but then French-speaking people from the French areas have to write an English proficiency test.
In HTTC Kumba. That's
even in UBA, they have to write the
They don't write it in HTTC Kumba. So just to add to what we were saying, you talked about social activities. I want to first of all move from, when they talk about student culture, from just being about the extracurricular activities to also talk about the material aspects of social culture, which is that, for example, the campus construction, the infrastructure, and then you have things like the facilities that are available to enable a student culture. Where are the theaters? The classrooms themselves are broken pieces of classes. You don't see anything that motivates you to even learn. Nothing there in addition to a frowning lecturer.
So are you going to say that the UB is killing reading culture? Or
it's killing human beings generally. There is really nothing. There is no sense of belonging. See, when you hear of the Harvard University, for example, Joburg and all of that, the alumni from that university, there is a sense of belonging, a perception that they have. That's the idea about creating a culture, an identity.
Early days, I think the students. I think in the days of
where are the facilities?
I think the first VC, she actually set the pace for all of this.
Yes,
and then the VC after VC has been actively destroying what she's built. Because you also find
we know at what point it was completely destroyed. We
do know 2016 or something. But you also have the aspect of the UB football team, the handball team,
there's
very prominent. The choir is dead, and you also have the
whatever that choir is, whatever. So many things just happen.
It's a pride of UB, the choir.
The choir.
And it's a shout of itself right
no
now.
sports. Everything is just off, guys. Whatever you think about University of Buea, if you're a student there or you've been there, please drop a comment below and the comment section.
Please, and let's fight sexual abuse.
Sex for grades.
Yes,
Kick it
from
back.
that university. Sexual harassment.
Speaking about the show, Freaky Table, Moko Winston, he says that this is a beautiful show, beautiful host. Interesting subject. Manu is an icon, and perhaps that was Manu's brand. Sandra Mugumi says just the right team. Asha Asaha says nice chemistry between the team members. And Aurora says why Cameroonians then they so. This Freaky Table is underrated. It should be the most watched show so far. What the F? So go Joan, Elonge, Yana. Even if no one person to watch. No say na me.
Person.
All right, so many comments. Thank you guys so much for the comments. We are going to move on right now. We have an interesting topic to talk about. Saving Bango, the movie, 2019, perhaps biggest movie from Cameroon in 2019. Can that film, Saving Bango, save the CFI? We'll be right back.
Freaky Table is brought to you by Nikki Hit Beauty Studio, Mountain Anton Koto, Buna Musa di Douala, and Prime 22 Bar and Restaurant, Bukwango, Buea.
Remember that you can watch this show on Decoded TV show on YouTube. Please subscribe to that channel and and watch. Thank you guys so much for everybody that has been commenting, sharing, liking, and encouraging us, and even criticizing us. I don't know what this video is saying.